We are Pindecuecha and we are from Michoacán, Mexico.
El grupo lleva el nombre de costumbres.
The name Pindecuecha means traditions in Purepecha language. It's a fusion of different styles that have come together in Michoacán a long time.
Please welcome Pindecuecha.
Soy Juan Zacarías Gómez y toco el violín.
I'm Juan Zacarías Gómez, and I play violin.
Hola, soy Osvaldo Rivas.
Hi, I'm Osvaldo Rivas, and I play cello in the group. Of our group, I'm the only professional musician. I'm a cellist graduated from the Art School of Morelia.
¿Qué tal? Soy Cuauhtémoc Sánchez.
Hi, I'm Cuauhtémoc Sánchez and I play violin. I'm an engineer and also graduated from the University of Michoacán.
Yo me llamo Eric Cruz y yo toco la guitarra.
My name is Eric Cruz and I play guitar. I have a bachelor in community development and I live in an iconic region called Santa Fe de las Lagunas.
Josué Corral Briviesca y toco la guitarra.
Josué Corral, and I play guitar. I'm a biologist also from the University of Michoacán.
¿Qué tal? José Luis y toco el violín.
Hi, I'm Jose Luis and I play violin. I'm about to get my degree in medicine.
Hola, yo soy Jorge, toco el contrabajo.
Hi, I'm Jorge, and I play the double bass. I'm a school teacher, and I work with indigenous communities in Uruapan.
I'm a historian, and I'm the one who does all the talking.
Soy el que me gusta hablar más. Somos parte de una generación.
We are part of a generation that had the opportunity to get an education.
grupo lleva el nombre de las costumbres.
The name Pindequecha means traditions in Purepecha language. It's a fusion of different styles that have come together in Michoacán a long time.
Reunido en Michoacán muchas culturas que se han...
Michoacán has a strong indigenous presence combined with a European influence that started in the 16th century, as well as the involuntary migration from Africa. The result of all these different traditions fused together is where the Purepecha culture originates.
Una forma que se identifica con una cultura originaria que es la cultura purépecha. Algunas culturas de Mesoamérica.
Some cultures from Mexico and Central America who confronted the Spanish conqueror were violently subdued.
A la fuerza, pues, ¿no?
Historically, the Purepecha people made a deal with the Spanish conqueror in order to avoid going to war. This allowed our culture to have certain privileges. An elite was formed that was allowed to keep these privileges during the 16th century. The oppression was not as fierce as with other Mexican cultures. As a result of this, many pre-Hispanic cultural manifestations were preserved in the region. Thanks to this situation, the Purepecha culture got to evolve with very limited external influence.
Tuvieron la suerte de ver cómo destruyeron Tenochtitlan.
We are fortunate to be able to witness how the Spaniards devastated Tenochtitlan, and by seeing what they did to them, they had time to think things over.
La pensaron, ¿no? Esta invasión o esta presencia
During the 16th century, the European invasion was carried out in two ways: war and the so-called new religion. The new religion used music as its main tool. This new religion introduced musical instruments into churches and chapels. In the town of Tiripetío, they founded a musical school to educate music teachers. The students were so successful that music spread all over the region. This is why what we play is a real fusion. We play Purépecha music with a tonal system and instrumentation that come from Europe, but the arrangements and the style can only be found in the region of Michoacán.
Los estilos sí son de Michoacán y eso no lo tenemos en ningún lado.
Normally, folk music is transmitted by oral tradition, generation after generation. However, in the case of Purépecha music, most of it has been written and registered. There are cases of people who never went to school but know harmony and instrumentation. There are other cases even more outstanding where there are people who can't write or read but know how to read music. This music originates in the Purépecha region, and many of our composers cannot speak Spanish at all.
No hablan español. En el siglo XVI fue que los frailes
The church's evangelization protocol during the 16th century was for monks to learn the local languages and dialects in Mexico. There are many documents written by Europeans that list the indigenous dialects.
Pues bueno, bastante población.
Many people continue to speak their native languages for centuries. It wasn't until the 20th century that things started to change. Mexico opened up to modernization, and with it, many cultures started to lose their native languages. Some dialects are lost, and others are about to become extinct.
Filmaron un poquito cómo suena la lengua purépecha porque mi compañero Eric.
Fortunately, one of us here still speaks Purepecha as his first language.
In música Juan, engañan, mucha tata kerich, yon kana pura kuchikan.
En el caso de la lengua también quiero explicar que
no sister languages have been found to Purepecha in all Mesoamerica. Nobody knows where this language comes from, which is an additional source of pride for us. It is indeed a unique language.
Es una lengua única. La UNESCO incluyó en la...
UNESCO listed Pirecua as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity.
Pirecua en sí es el canto.
Pirecua is singing in the Purepecha language.
Es una forma de
It's a way of singing to life. We sing to many different topics, ranging from love, which is the main topic, to social issues such as ecology and politics. We sing in two main genres, sones purepecha and sones abajeños. Sones are more of a quiet, elegant type of music. is the kind of music used to ceremonial parties.
Estos son una especie de...
The sones abajeños allude to abajo, which means low.
Los sones abajeños.
The Purepecha community lives in high regions in the mountains, so the sones abajeños are sung while we come down from the mountain to the lower regions.
Pues el hecho de que la UNESCO haya tomado esta...
This recognition from UNESCO has helped to catapult our music to a different level.
Patrimonio inmaterial de la humanidad.
This was a style of music that was recognized by UNESCO as a patrimony of humanity.
Tarana puestia Shuken eratatin Shuken tamitin Tan kutayanin tanya male rosita gucit pinzi tarana Kainde ya male rosita gucit istia Tarana puestia Shuken eratatin Shuken tamitin Tan kutayanin tanya male rosita gucit pinzi tarana Shamira mantira para cuando corre male rosita gucha Churiquisa narizkia Kamacha kungenia putimu kungejarania Yasparure patino teru que me cura cuaque tungenia male rosita Guche menzita lana Shamira mantira para cuando cole male rosita Gucha churequista narizkia Kamacha kungenia putimu kungejarania Yasparure patino teru que me cura cuaque tungenia male rosita Guche menzita lana Rosita Guchetistia Kainde ya Guche visita la napuestia Shuken eratatin Shuken tamichenta Utayanin tanya male Rosita Guchet visita la na Shanira mandira para cuando corre male rosita cucha churiquisa narizkia Kamacha kungenia putimu kungejarania Yasparure patino peru que me cura cuaque tungenia male rosita Guche minzitarana
El grupo nace en Uruapan, Michoacán.
The group was born in Uruapan, Michoacán. When we started, we were very young, not so much anymore.
Tenemos algunos años tocando esta música.
In the beginning, we would see this as a school project. However, as time went by, it became our way of life. This is what we do for a living. This is what we like to do. We grew up with this music.
Todos en nuestras comunidades algún día estuvimos en fiestas, estuvimos en reuniones.
In our communities, all of us were at some point in parties and gatherings where we started listening to this music from a very young age. That's how we slowly started to form this group. Now it's been 14 years since we started working on this project, and we love it.
Yo creo que aquí hay algo interesante.
One interesting aspect is when we started, we were teenagers and there were no adults supervising us. All we had was the passion for playing this music, and that's how we have grown truly through a trial and error process.
Dios nos da a entender, decimos por allá, ¿no? Nosotros venimos de una región eminentemente artesanal.
We come from a region inhabited by artisans. During the 16th century, Vasco de Quiroga tried to implement the utopia of Tomás Moro in the Purepecha region. He distributed trades in different communities, and each one got specialized in one particular job. Some of these trades continue on still today, and some are at risk of extinction. The reason I'm telling you all this is because each part of our outfits represent different trades from different communities. For example, the overcoat comes from Charapan, a community from the Purepecha Sierras. The hats are from Jaracuaro, a community from an island in Pátzcuaro Lake. Our pants are from Charán. The shirts, they were made by my mom.
Son de mi mamá.
buenas que cesari. Norika masapisha kakunya kinderia. Norika via kucha mitsitara na pues male. Iskimos un ceseran sequía. Caturi buenas que cesari. Hoy jamás sapesca kakuna hiendenia. Invocaria juchamin citarana pues male. Y sin vos un ceserán sequía. Alle dominga kikinura spirania kaya singa wanda singia. Invocaria juchemitsitarana pues male. Iskimosu no me guacamiricurinia. Alle dominga kikinura spirania kaya singa wanda singia. Invocaria juchemitsitarana pues male. Iskimosu no me guacamiricurinia. Cesari. Norika masapisca kakuna hiendenia. Invocaria juchemitsitarana pues male. Iskimos un ceseran sequía. Dominga kikidura spirania kaya singa wanda singia. Invocaria juchemitsitarana pues male. Iskimosu no me guacamiricurinia.
Muchas gracias.
Somos una generación.
In our generation, our community not only lives in the Purépecha region, but all over the world, including here in Chicago.
Nada más queremos saber de dónde son.
We want to know if any of you kids, their parents are from Michoacán. How many of you, raise your hands, that your parents are from Michoacán?
Ya nos tocó vivir una...
Nowadays, immigration is part of our lives.
Yo creo que en Michoacán es muy raro la persona.
In Michoacán, it's very unusual to find someone who doesn't have a relative living in the United States. Here in Chicago, we have met families who have been struggling to make a living in a very decent way. Far from taking away from the system, they have been contributing to it.
La gente, nuestros paisanos, están aquí por una propia necesidad.
Our people are here out of necessity. We played for them today in a rally as a way to support their cause. Nobody should ever be considered illegal.
Habíamos estado en una manifestación social aquí.
We have never been to a political rally here in the United States. It was a way for us to witness what's going on instead of just seeing things as tourists. We got involved because there is a common interest. There are many Latinos waiting for justice to be done.
La migración.
Immigration is not a bad thing, even when authorities from different countries demonize it. There's only one world, and it belongs to everyone.
Porque yo creo que el mundo pues, es de todos.
La cultura purépecha es una cultura bien fiestera.
There are many parties in our culture. Music is played all year long. Once people are happy, bands, groups, and orchestras just keep playing music all along. As the party goers visit different homes and relatives, they play a certain kind of tune that identifies the region. These tunes are called toros, which means bulls.
Toros, y que hacen aquí hay también un poco de mezcla, ¿no? Los toros también llegaron
It is interesting because bulls were introduced by the settlers during the colonization times. The Purepecha culture identifies with these tunes, and it's our goal to present them in a different way. We play toros to present the different sounds of our instruments, and we want them to be the trademark of our group. The title of this song is The Torito of the Purepecha Sierra.
El torito de la Sierra Purépecha.
Pindecuecha from Michoacán.
Gracias, thank you. No es cierto, vamos, Josefita. Ay, amigo.
Sabemos de la melancolía que tienen los paisanos michoacanos mexicanos.
We know how homesick our folks from Michoacan can get, being far from their land. We like bringing them a little piece of all the joy that they experienced at parties in their hometowns. We bring them melodies that they haven't heard live in many years. We've had a chance to see folks cry as they listen to tunes that might have been composed by their parents or grandparents, or were played by their families and groups. As well as participating in their parties and ceremonies, it's also important for us to bring them a little piece of Mexico.
To be cultural ambassadors represents a huge responsibility. We have earned the right to say that we feel very proud to be where we are and making sure that our music never stops playing.
Que los sones purépecha no dejen de sonar.
Next time on Musicology.
Music is the voice of my divine. and the one transcendent experience that all of humanity shares still.
You were there, you could bet your bottom dollar, on that iron, rail. But you bet on Stu Ball, you might win, bet on Stu Ball, you might, I love it, oh, way out in California, where Stu Ball